Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Sensei Pink and I'm coming back to you guys for my Webtoons weekly review, week 35. Now, before we get into today, be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and any other social site that I have. You can follow my link tree. It's on my Instagram, I think it's on my TikTok, it's on even my YouTube. And it'll lead you to any other social site that I have, including one of them is my Twitch, a couple others. So feel free, use that, follow me on whatever you can, and let's get into this video. Getting into episode 109 of Down to Earth, we pick up the episode with Stace giving Delilah some clothes to wear around the store, which aren't quite her style, but she decides that, it's pretty cute, so she'll give it a shot anyway. As she's in the fitting room, she suddenly hears Cade barge in, and he's like almost strangling Stace, rightfully so, and lets him know that he's fully aware of the outfit recommendation that he gave to Zay, and just tells him you need to watch yourself, because if you make any more recommendations or you try and pull something, I'ma be on your ass. Being the little snake that he is, Stace is basically like, even if you guys were dating and whatever you are, Zay can still do what she likes because she's a grown woman. And low-key, he's right. I'm gonna give him that. He's right. He also throws in the fact that if him and Zay were to get together, it wouldn't be any of Cade's business anyway. But realistically, she's not really into him, and I'm pretty sure this man could finally tell. After talking about the fact that the outfits are picked by spenders, not really by him, he goes on to basically question Cade about the relationship that he has with Zay, basically saying I don't understand your relationship, you're not dating, and you're just friends, and you're just so overprotective. There's obviously something bigger going on. After Cade mentions that that's none of his business, Stace kind of calls him out and is just like, you like Zay and I like Zay. And although I originally wanted to be friends, it seems that lately we're more like rivals. Now, still in the fitting room and witnessing all of this, Delilah's just peeking through the doors, seeing this whole interaction go down. Now kind of over the situation and beginning to walk away, Cade is just like, whatever, it is whatever, just don't hurt her. And suddenly our snake ass man Stace comes out the woodwork and is just like, I have the upper hand. He tells Cade that he knows that Zay's ID was fake and he's not sure why she needed a fake ID, but just to let him know that he knows that she wanted to work here and that he's paying her under the table. So if he wants everything to, be all right, he better not make a scene. Now, heavily invested in this drama unfolding outside the fitting room, Delilah actually ends up falling out of the room. And after making eye contact with Cade, he just walks away all nervously. After getting up, she begins to ask Stace, what was that about? And he's just like, nothing. Moving along, we cut to Cade and Susie, who have, met up, and basically he tells her, look, he knows that Zay's ID is fake. Although Susie is freaking out, basically, telling him, she can get in so much trouble. Why would he even say it was good knowing damn well it was fake? And Cade is just like, look, I don't know his motives, but he's definitely going to hold this over our head. Susie then begins asking Cade, what should they do? And although, personally, it would seem like we should tell Zay, Cade is just like, no, I don't think we should tell her because she's just been so excited about getting this job, so we shouldn't tell her. And we end this episode with Susie and Cade deciding to keep the information just between them. Now guys, I really don't know what Stace's motives are. honestly, I know I be hating on him, but he's not that bad. But still, it's just like, what are your motives? Like, what are you doing? So I just don't know really what he wants. Originally, he wanted to be Cade's friend, and now he wants Zay or sees him as a rival, and just like he kind of gotta just let it go. Aside from that, honestly, the worst possible thing that could have happened was Delilah overhearing that Cade is interested in someone who's possibly a rival to her, because I'm pretty sure that if Zay becomes more popular than her, maybe she's going to blackmail Cade, or better yet, she might even blackmail Stace, knowing damn well that he's paying her under the table, and basically blackmails them and says, like, if you don't let her go, then I'm gonna say this information, and that's gonna be that. And obviously he's probably going to get fired for that. I could definitely see that being more of the situation of what happens, is that maybe she doesn't target Cade, instead she just targets Stace. And I mean, it would seem like it makes more sense, but hey, I definitely think that it's piqued her interest. I don't know if she actually overheard the whole ID part, but if she did, it probably piqued her interest. And when she meets Zay, or she hangs out, or she ever gets the chance to, she's going to be looking for some unusual activity or something that maybe adds up to why she had to use a fake ID. Picking up from last week and going into episode 126, we pick up with what Ingrid needs to make a body pillow of with Oliver. And before we start this episode, I just want to say, Ingrid, for real, slide me one under the table. But moving along, Oliver is holding Sarah, looking all cute, and basically trying to get his glasses back. After a minute of being touchy, Oliver eventually just lets her go, and Sarah just nervously takes off his glasses and begins putting them on his face, telling him that, like, you really are blind. In her nervous panic, she begins saying, like, your big brother is waiting for me, you're such a good kid, and I really gotta go, and basically keep being a good kid. She even goes as far to pat him on the head as if he's like a dog or something, and this just kind of agitates him, like, I'm not a dog. She then wishes for him to feel better and says that she'll see him at the next tutoring session, and keeps saying, like, she hopes that he grows into a big, strong man, basically like playing on the fact that he's younger, because she's obviously in denial. She finally leaves, and Oliver just sort of sighs, and as she's just like running out of the classroom, she's just like wondering, like, what is that? Like, she's panicking in her heart of hearts because her feelings cannot be denied any longer. She keeps wondering, like, what is Subway Boy doing to her? And through this time that she's, I guess, walking, she's just thinking about all the times she saw Oliver's beautiful face, and I guess how much it made her heart flutter. As Sarah Lynn just sort of stops in the hallway, she's just like, don't panic. And I don't know, like in desperation, she just sort of like squats down, and like she's just thinking, she's just like, if I don't say it out loud, it will never be real. Because she knows that if she says that she likes Oliver, it's definitely going to be real, and we all know it's real. As Sarah Lynn has been thrown into a tizzy over her crush on Oliver, which she's just in denial about, we hear a voice calling her, and it turns out to be Tammy. Tammy comes over basically saying like she heard someone crying, so she came over to investigate and lets her know that Joe has been looking for her. After bashing herself for being a bad girlfriend and the fact that Joe's looking for her, she's just like, I need to take a second to calm down. Tammy, do you know where Patrick is? And Tammy goes on to say, like, actually, Patrick said he had a newspaper club meeting, So he's been in there. Hearing this, Sarah's like, wait a minute, Tammy. Like, Patrick is not in the newspaper club. And Tammy's just like, what? He's not. And Sarah just sort of puts him on the spot and is just like, Patrick hates writing articles. He would never join. Now putting all the math together in her head, Tammy's just like, I thought he found a new passion for writing. Maybe his passion is someone else. And we end this episode with the two girls parting ways, with Sarah saying like, Tammy, I gotta go see what Joe is up to. And Tammy questioning what the heck her dear Patrick is up to behind her back. Now guys, just starting off from the very end of this episode, I do feel bad for Tammy because she's just had a crush on him for the longest. And I know, and I'm a person who actually shipped Rose and Patrick. I know she's gonna be heartbroken. But I kind of hope that Tammy actually finds a better match for her. I don't think that Patrick is quite her speed. I think that Rose is more of his speed, definitely. But I think that Patrick, he needs to be a man and basically tell Tammy that she is not for him. Now, getting into obviously the main highlight of this episode, which is the fact that Sarah Lynn has a crush on Oliver. Let me repeat that. Sarah Lynn has a crush on Oliver, and we all know it. We know that Oliver has a crush on her, and we might as well just end this webtoon right now and put in a kiss next episode and let's call it a day. I'm joking. But I'm excited. I mean, I know, and I've been saying this, that Joe is just not right for Sarah, and I don't know when she's going to realize it. I don't know when he's going to realize it, but he's not right. He's meant to be with Vicky. Subway Boy or Oliver, on the other hand, like, they're meant to be. And I just can't wait until the time comes when, I don't know, like, he's probably going to end up consoling her over the fact that his brother, basically, I don't want to say cheated, but essentially comes to her and is honest and basically says like, Sarah, I like you, but I still have feelings for Vicky. And I don't want it to be sort of like a rebound situation. What I do want is them to genuinely come together and acknowledge that they should have just been together from the start. So again, let me just repeat that for any other stands that are in the building. Sarah likes Oliver and Oliver likes Sarah. Oliver stands are winning, hands down. There's nothing that you Satric shippers can do about it. There's nothing that you Joe and Sarah shippers can do about it. Yes, they may be together right now, but will they be together in the long run? Absolutely not. Okay, so let's just see how the cookies crumble. Alright, getting into episode 208 of Lore Olympus. After Zeus just showed up while Hades and Persephone were flirting, basically Hades is holding his woman tight and is just like, first of all, what are you doing? Second, you are not taking her away again. You will not take her away again. After calming him down, Persephone is just like, it's okay, Hades, and goes over to Zeus and says to him like, I know I said I would go back to the mortal realm after all this was done, but I've earned my keep. And me and Hades have been through enough. Now shocked at, I guess, Zeus's sudden movement, Zeus takes Persephone's hands and is just like, you saved my brother, and begins to apologize to her. Taking a moment to clear his throat, Zeus gets his glowing eyes and hands ready and officially lifts Persephone's punishment or banishment or whatever you want to call it off of her. Hades begins to ask Zeus like, are you going to leave us alone now? And Zeus is just like, pretty much. But hearing the pretty much aspect, they're just like, yeah, I need a little bit more of a solid definition, something more solid than pretty much. And Hades mentions like, maybe we can rework the treaty. Zeus mentions that he would be open to that. And shortly after a moment of silence, these two hug each other and let each other know how much they missed each other. Moving along, everyone leaves the house and Persephone is going through everything, and she mentions like how nice it was for them to help them get set up. And she also, mentions the fact that she should have probably had a conversation with Hesta to let her know that she's going to quit TGOEM or whatever it is. Now taking a moment to breathe, I guess, on the balcony, Hades begins to ask her, I know you're now queen of the underworld, so what would you like me to call you? I mean, seeing as though the whole situation unfolded the way it did, Hades doesn't want to officially call her his bride as of yet. And after they both basically ask each other, if they love each other and about how much they love each other, Persephone mentions that she wants all the things. Now questioning what all the things means, Persephone goes on to explain that all the things means that, number one, she wants her own place and for him to come over. 2, sometimes she can go to his place. 3, she wants to do domestic stuff like going grocery shopping, going on dates, doing almost every little thing, and essentially wants the pleasure of getting to know him, date him, probably get engaged to him and eventually marry him without the pressure of TGOM or EOM, Zeus, and everyone else in the way. Now, after agreeing that this sounds like a perfect plan, we officially get Hades asking Persephone to be his girlfriend. And in the end, she doesn't say yes, but they seal it with a kiss. Moving along, Hades shows her where she can put some of her things and lets her know that, she doesn't have to sleep in his bed if she doesn't want to. We all know that Hades is a gentleman, but Persephone is just like, look, Hades, I did not get into a fist fight with your father to go sleep in your guest bedroom. I'm going to sleep in your room, okay? Hades leaves and says, I'm going to go put on my pajamas. And we get Persephone saying, oh yeah, I'm going to go put on my pajamas too. Now, guys, if she puts on that lingerie, I'm going to freak the fuck out. All right? Because think about last episode. They was talking about, how long it's been since, they did that. Persephone was basically talking about how she, wondering if she should seduce him. So I feel it. It's coming. It's coming. We then cut over to Hades, who's sitting in bed and kind of fixing the bed and waiting for her to arrive. And after fixing the bed up on her side, Persephone arrives and she's just in a robe. Now, I don't know what's underneath that robe, but hey, she's in a robe. As she gets in bed, Hades comments on how pretty, I guess, her robe or whatever it is. And she's just like, thanks, whoever gave it to me. And as these two begin snuggling up, Persephone's just like, I keep feeling like I'm forgetting something. But Hades just reassures her it's been a crazy 72 hours and whatever it is that she thinks she's forgetting, he's sure that they'll work it out tomorrow. Now cutting over to the mortal realm, we see a green foot walking, and we then end this episode off with a shot of Demeter, what it looks like going back to, her place in the mortal realm, looking all upset. All right, so first of all, I really thought that Persephone was going to whip out the lingerie, but she didn't. I'm sure it'll come. Second, I'm happy that Zeus isn't being a douchebag and isn't trying to get another trash bag award, and is thankful that Persephone saved his brother. Now, aside from Zeus, I think the next obstacle in Lord Olympus definitely is going to be Demeter. I mean, seeing her at the end of this episode, she does not look happy, and it looks like she probably has news on what happened or what's going on. So even if she does or she doesn't, she's not going to be happy with it. I think that between that and Apollo jumping in somehow, some way, this isn't going to be good. I mean, I don't really know why Demeter would stop Persephone from being with Hades. Maybe simply off the fact that maybe she dated Hades. They did give it a try in the past, and obviously they don't agree. But yeah, I don't really know a reason as to why. In terms of Apollo, I mean, she's officially queen of the underworld, so what more can he do? I'm just trying to think about what kind of ways would he be able to try and take her from Hades. I mean, because Zeus is completely fine with her staying in the underworld now. And yeah, the only obstacles I see going forward are Demeter and Apollo, and possibly Kronos again, because he said he was gonna come back. So let me know what you guys think is going to happen. Who are the big baddies coming up? Because that's really what I want to know. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for this week. Let me know what are your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to go follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever other social media that I have, even including my Twitch. Take a peek at my website, see all my hard work done there. And most importantly, don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification button if you would like to see more of me, your favorite sensei, Sensei Pink. I'll see you guys next week.